Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Car Freak 1080 with here today. It is January the 5th, 2011. I got a quick marker tutorial for you guys. Um, as I explained in the last video about doing the pen outline. Yeah, once you have that down, you can go through with some markers and fill in areas that you want. I just start out all black, all various scales, yeah. So like I like working with black and white. You don't really need the colors just yet. I like to do that at the end. Just throw it down over the top, make it easier. Because I only have like one shade of orange, so that's why I do that. So, yeah, the way I layer my Prismacolors, you start from like 40, then you go to 50, and then you go to 70. So you get that nice, smooth, realistic kind of feel to it. And then you can add in like 100, then so forth, yeah. And it's nice when you have the black marker, you can go around and fix stuff that you dislike or want to change up a little bit. Yeah, right now I'm just filling in areas that I'd want black in the future here. Yeah, also when you layer your markers, you can try not to go right to black. That doesn't normally work too well. If you want, you can start darker and just go from 60, 70, 100. It doesn't really matter the way you do it. I guess you just gotta know how to layer. So like, I don't know, I like working from really light to really dark. So like I start at 30 and work my way up, so I can find my shape within that. And like what I'm doing right now, I started with, I think 30, now it's 50. It just kind of varies on like how dark you want your object to look. I wanted to have some type of roundness to it, so I really smoothed it out. It also depends how much you go over, like the area with the marker. Like how many times you go over it, it'll get smoother and smoother. Yeah, and really layer it down. It'll get that nice wet feel to it, like it looks like a painting almost. But yeah, so that's the way Prismacolors work. They're kind of like a wet-based marker, so they're easier to blend and have that nice crisp shape to them. They're a great marker to own. I'd go out and get some if I were you, or you can order them offline, whatever goes. Yeah, as I said before, I like to work from 40 to 70, 100. So that's what I'm doing right now. You just keep layering them on top of each other, and you can always go back and add highlights over the black areas, and it'll really pop out, which you'll see here in a bit. Right now I'm just going over with a black marker to make it really pop out. But yeah, there's a few areas I messed up on. It's in my sketchbook, so I don't really care about it that much. But if it was like a full-on rendering, I'd spend like good 2 to 3 hours on it. Just the coloring aspect. But this is in my sketchbook, so it's like, it's only like 30 minutes long. Made it into like 2 10-minute segments though, so yep. I did that so I can explain things a little more into depth for you guys than just having to rush through it, as I said in the other tutorial. Yeah, like right now I'm just putting in a lot of deep black shadows in the rim to really make it stand out. Yeah, as you can see. Yeah, same thing with the front one. Try to use reference when you don't really know how it looks, which is what I'm doing right now. Your reflections will appear a lot more realistic than if you just try to go out of your head. I kind of figured that out myself through all those times back in the day. Yeah, but watch out how black you get your objects, because if you get them too black, you can't really go back and fix it, which kind of sucks. Unless you have a white colored pencil or like a piece of chalk, you can kind of erase away a little bit, but I don't know. That's why I like to work from like a lighter range of grays and then move into black. It really helps bring it out. And for the base, the same thing. That's why I draw some of the contour lines, so I know where to put the grays and the blacks a little bit. Yeah, my head keeps getting in the way. I'm sorry about that, but that's the way I have my tripod set up with my camera and everything. So just ignore that. Yeah. So with the gray, same thing. You want to work from 30 to 40, 50, whatever goes for you guys. Also kind of know where you want your objects to come out more on your car, like where you want it to go darker or go like lighter. That's why it's always good to have reference, so you know how things bend and curve. Um, I was looking at a Porsche Cayenne for a little bit of this and a little bit of Corvette, so you might kind of see that in the car. You can kind of tell it looks like a little Porsche Cayenne kind of feel to it, and a little bit of Corvette C6, I guess. I don't know. um, Yeah, as you saw on the left, there's a picture of a Porsche. I think it's a Cayenne, as I said before. Yeah, I was using that as reference for reflections and rims and everything. Just don't know where things go. Um, it's always good to do that if you guys don't really know. So yeah, just pick up some magazines or something. I'll put a few magazines that I like in the description for you guys. Yeah, once you get all of your gray values worked up, you can go over it with some color later on, as we'll do here in a bit. When you try to work with gray markers, you can flare them out by flicking your wrist over the lighter grays, and then you get that smooth, like, fine surface that you want, like how I have it in the middle, kind of. But it didn't really turn out the way I wanted, but whatever. I just kept going with it. I always try to finish most of my car drawings I start, even if they aren't the greatest. I feel better about myself when I do that. So here I come with some orange. That one was dried out, so I went over it with a different shade. And like as I was saying before, like see how it helps with the orange. Like I only need one shade of orange. I don't need like 8 or 7 just to get all those different values. That's why I work with the grays beforehand, and then you just lay down the one color over the grays. That's how I like to work sometimes. If I don't have like 8 shades of orange, I'll just do that if I'm like out of markers or something. This is I'm using a Molto marker, I think. Yeah, just to add some highlights, make it a little more fun to look at, make it pop out. It's almost like I think it'd be kind of cool to see in a black light or something with that bright neon orange color, you know, really pops out at you. Um, yeah, watch out how many highlights you guys do, because I went a little wild with mine. It's just that fun to do, I guess. It's addicting. Um, yeah, kind of know where you want your brightness areas to be. Like the top of the car tends to be the brightest, or wherever your light source is coming from. Um, yeah, and then I'll go back in with some white over the top of the orange, which I don't think I'll show in the video, because I was like, okay, I'm not gonna recharge my camera just for this little thing. So I just took a couple photos of it for you guys. Um, yeah, I'll put up some more tutorials on like how to actually draw wheels and stuff like that. And it's not that hard. You just gotta practice at it. That's all it is, man. Is practice, practice, practice. Yeah. Watch out where you put your reflections too. Um, Notice how I have the side mirror reflection casting into the window. And yeah, so like in cast like wherever the sun would be coming, the sunlight would be coming from the top corner of the picture. So cast his shadow onto the window, as you saw, which you'll see again in the pictures here. Um, yeah, so that's about it. And here's a couple photos for you guys. And there you go. All right, peace out.